All right, we are now being joined by Jaleel Willis. We'll begin with a few questions from our media joining us virtually today. Steve Jewin, your line is now live.
Jaleel, thank you for the time today. And it's funny because we were here a month ago and we were talking about Patricky Frere, but on the day of the fight, he got labyrinthitis. So had you ever even heard of that? And what did you think when the fight got scrapped?
That's crazy. I never heard of that, right? Yeah, I never heard of that. And, when the fight got scratched, part of me was just thinking like, what to do now. You know what I mean? It's like, but once I got to see Patricky and we embraced, I felt, I felt better seeing that, like he didn't look like he was in any physical danger, and I just wished him well and hoping to one day get that fight again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But in the meantime, you've got Mark Lemminger. So I assume you just kept on staying in shape and now you're ready for this fight. So how do you feel about it?
Man, it's like same, it's like 100% enjoy the matchup, you know what I mean? It's like he has a great heart, and the longer, the fight goes, the better he is, you know what I mean? So that's interesting in my book because that's more so of me as well. So I think it'll be interesting to see how, we match up in those later rounds, you know what I mean, having to really dig deep, you know what I mean? But you know how it is for me. It's like if I see that opening in the first 30 or the first, 2 seconds, I'm going for it, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And here's hoping the fight goes down on Thursday and there's not another problem. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Matthew Allen, your line is now live.
Hi, Joel. Thank you so much for the time. Just kind of curious, this being your second go-around in Bellator, what kind of confidence does winning the interim welterweight championship in your last fight kind of bring you coming into this?
Well, I guess I just feel mentally, just prepared for, the interviews and, all the stuff I have to do. Just, just remind me of how professional everything is around here. And, it's not something that's too hard for me to adapt to. I always wanted to be a professional athlete, and I always seen myself as a professional, even as a, wrestler back in the day. So, it's like, it's just normal for me. I feel like it's just another, in my mind, another wrestling tournament, another dual meet, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, just your thoughts on your opponent, Mark Lemminger, being another LFA veteran as well, kind of meeting him in Bellator. What kind of excitement does that give to you coming into this fight?
And it's, like I said, it's 100% his will not to quit, you know what I mean? And how much he just continues to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And I know, that's what I'm trying to test my skill sets against and see 100% of how I'm truly improving over the years. My last fight with Vinicius, you know what I mean? It's it was so many things I had to overcome within those 5 rounds, you know what I mean? It's it was perfect for me, It's I could go back and do it again and, I wouldn't change a thing, you know what I mean?
Donna, go ahead.
Hey, Jaleel, how's it going? You were in a co-main event the last time against a massive name. Mark Lemminger, obviously a great fighter, maybe a tougher challenge for you stylistically as a matchup than Patricky Pitbull, but how do you feel about sort of dropping down the card and fighting out on the prelims when you were in such a high position the last time?
I mean, I don't see no difference, you know what I mean? The competition level seems the same, but, when I look at some of the heavy hitters that's on this card, with me, I'm sure, I kind of understand. But, me, I'm happy to be fighting early because I feel like I can go in there, do my thing, not have to wait around. Last time it was a big, long wait, and it kind of, that's what I've been going through the whole time, these past 5-6 years of me fighting. So, now, kind of being back to setting the tone of the show is almost I feel like I'm back on that, that younger stage when I used to have to come out and set the tone as an amateur for the pros and shit like that, So I'm I feel like that's what I'm doing again, you know what I mean? It's I get to come out, fight early, set the tone for the show, and people don't have to come out and, and beat what I just did, you know what I mean?
You had a little issue with the weight going into the last one. Obviously, you've jumped back up the weight classes. Are you finished with 155 at this point?
Yes, sir, I believe so. You know, I got a nutritionist right now, and you know what I mean, it's like maybe down the road we'll see what happens, but as of right now, man, I'm like, feel like I'm still growing, and it's a lot of things that you know, I feel comfortable with at 170. And when I go back and look at the history of my career, I had a lot more success at 170 than I do when I have those catch weights at those lower weights, you know.
Did you feel like you kind of had to take that fight because of the name and everything, and you weren't really in a position where you could say, oh, I'll hold off until there's a welterweight fight available? Like you needed to go in at 155?
No, it's like I was, you know, we let them know that I was open to fighting at 155, and if I could, like, you know, I pretty much asked for it, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of backfired on me, you know, on that end.
All right, we'll take one or two more here. Jake Jones.
Hi, mate. Yeah, Jake Jones, MMA here. So you're making your Bellator debut against a tough test in Mark Lemminger. Did you take anything in his loss last time out to Yaroslav Amosov? Did you take anything from that fight?
Just you know, just like keep pushing, you know what I mean? A few more things that I seen that dude did well, you know, that Mark may be, you know, hip to, that I feel like I tweaked a little bit to put my little, you know, style on it to make sure I can come out on top.
Mm-hmm. And it's just been mentioned that you're coming off your win from the LFA title, and you're on a good win streak already. Who would you like after Lemminger? Is there any particular name?
No, man, I'm focused on Mark. You know, I want Mark, and after Mark, I would like to fight Mark. You know what I mean? It's like I want to fight that dude right now, and that's what we trying to get, you know, taken care of.
And Jaleel, you've won 5 of your last 6 fights. You're currently on a 4-fight win streak. All 5 of your knockouts have come in the first round. What can fans expect in this one?
Man, I think fans can expect to see a lot crisper for performance. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it'll be not as sloppy this time around. It'll still be my same grit and grind, you know, my Memphis style, but, you know, I feel like they'll be surprised to see like how well I've adapted to, you know, being composed and, you know, selling into this sport.
Good stuff. Thanks for the time, Jaleel. Good luck the rest of the week.
Appreciate it, man.